Hey everybody, Richie Yip here to talk about one of the best ways to work on your striking pretty much anytime, anywhere. We call this shadowboxing, and there's two basic ways to work on your shadowboxing. The very first way is to just exercise it to perfect your form. You're fully extending your jab, you're fully extending your straight right, you're working your hooks, you're making sure that your chin is down. The second way to work on your strikes is to imagine like you're actually sparring. So you're shadowboxing, you're actually imagining somebody throwing those strikes at you. You're defending, you're countering, you're coming right back. So let's go back a little bit and talk about how to work on your shadowboxing just to perfect your form. A common mistake is just to throw punches like this. And you see how I'm not fully extending. And this is a common mistake is because when we work on our strikes, there's a heavy bag to stop the strike, or there's a focus mitt. Your training partner or your instructor is holding focus mitts for you, and they're using the focus mitt to stop the punch. But as you start to spar, what you'll soon realize is that those strikes hit nothing. So you want to get used to fully extending all of your strikes. The next thing is that as you're working your strikes, you're enamored with seeing your own punches. So you see how when I'm here, I can see my own arm, I can see my own fist. But basically, what am I doing? I'm actually punching a child, right? So you don't want to punch children. What you want to try and do is punch over your head so my chin is down, and I shouldn't see my arm at all. My chin is down, and you see how my punches actually go above me. Now this may feel wrong, but I assure you that you can still hit the target using your peripheral vision. You know exactly where the person's head is. It's directly over top of their spine. Alright? So you don't need to look directly at the target. It helps, but you don't need meaning like oxygen. You need oxygen, but you don't need to see the target in order to hit it. So you gotta keep that chin down. You wanna punch over your head. As well as you're working your form, every single strike is a retraction. That again, every single strike is a retraction. As I throw out my jab, see it springs right back. As I throw out my right, it springs right back. And when I throw my hook, you see how I spring it right back. As I throw my hook, you see it comes back in the exact same path. When we're throwing hooks and we're working the heavy bag stops the hook. But as you start to spar, once again, most of your strikes will miss. So what stops my strike? Well, it's me. It's the muscles of my back that work the retraction. This is the reason why when you look at pictures of like Bruce Lee, he's got those big back muscles. Pictures of Mike Tyson, he's got those hyper-developed back muscles. It's because the back muscles are the brakes that stop the punch. So every single strike, whether it's a hook or an uppercut, note how it is a retraction. So it's a key thing to work on the retractions of your strikes. Now, the more advanced way to work on your strikes, the more advanced way to shadowbox is to actually imagine an opponent. You're throwing your jab, you're imagining somebody throwing maybe their straight right directly over top, and you're having to catch that, and then you're re-countering. You're imagining punches coming down at you, you're slipping and then countering. You are defending and then countering. You're not just working your attacks. You're imagining people moving in on you. You're working your footwork. And you're doing this as vividly as you possibly can. You want to imagine that glove cascading towards you. You want to go and try to imagine and recreate the sparring scenario in your head. It's like you're having a conversation by yourself. It's like you are playing chess by yourself. You have to create moves for your imaginary training partner. So this actually takes some practice to do and to do correct, but this will allow you to develop skill in striking when you're just by yourself. You can shadowbox pretty much anywhere when you're cooking dinner and you're waiting for the water to boil. You can shadowbox when you're waiting at the bus stop. You can shadowbox anywhere. So there's two basic ways to do it. One, just to work on your form to make sure that your form is executed correctly. The second way is is to imagine an actual sparring scenario, and you're envisioning attacks and counterattacks from your invisible training partner. Give it a try.